Hello, welcome back. So good to see you again. So I've been dying to do a Q&A video just to do some ad lib, answer some questions that you guys had, and I asked you to send me your questions through my Instagram stories, and a few of you sent me some awesome ones that I'm excited to chat about with you today. A place that I want to visit. That list for me is 3 miles long, but let's see if I can narrow that down. I think on my absolute #1 place I want to go right now is France. I really want to see Paris, and I want to go to Nice, and I want to go to the beach, and I want to go to Lourdes, and I want to go to all these places in France right now. And my husband Steven speaks French, and he's teaching our daughter, and so I feel like the two of them converse and talk about the Eiffel Tower, and it's just like, it's on my brain right now. So definitely France is my #1 spot I'm thinking about traveling right now. Favorite book. I love to read, and I've always loved to read. If you asked me this when I was like 9, I would have said Harry Potter. But right now my current favorite book is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. It's a very slim book, but it is such a brave explanation of what we all do facing our own imperfections, facing fear, facing judgment, judging ourselves, and what that means and how that kind of prevents us from living our full life as happily and as freely as possible. So I found that book super helpful in the last year, and I actually just wrote a post about it on my blog, some books that changed my life in 2016. So if you want to hear a little bit more about those, I will link that below so you can check that out. But to pick my favorite book of all time, I can't do that. Okay, favorite era for makeup. Oh, such a hard question. Okay, I love eyeliner so much. I feel like, and I love Sophia Loren. She is just like, to me, she's Italian, she's got the big eyes, and she always had beautiful skin, and she had her own way of doing her makeup. So I would say, if I had to pick one era of makeup, it would be the 60s, but close runner-up would be the 40s because of the beautiful matte skin and the liner and the lips. And third place would probably be the 90s, which I'm wearing a little bit reminiscent of today, like the peach tones, the orangey shadow, the red shadow, like a lot of like muted colors and really dewy skin. That's kind of what I've been wearing the most of, but if I had to pick a favorite era, it would be the 60s. Okay, next question. How to find the right foundation and the right foundation color. Okay, so there's a few things you want to think about when you're looking for foundation. The first is, what is the texture you're looking for? And what is the way that you want to apply it? So some people love to apply a liquid or a cream foundation. That's what they're used to. So if that's what you're looking for, focus on that. Or if you're more of a stick person, grab a stick. And if you like a powder or a cushion, go for that. Go with something comfortable to start out with. And then in order to find the right shade, I teach this to everybody I know. I know there's been a lot of advice in the past about how to find your foundation shade, and I always test it right here on the jaw. Reason being is that you want it to match your neck and you want it to match your face, but this part of your skin is the most true to like what the rest of your face looks like. Never test foundation on your hand. That is not the same color as your face. Your hands are either lighter than your face or they're darker on your face, especially if you're driving and you're out and about and your hands get more tan. I've also seen people use their wrist, and your wrist is close, but you can even see on me, it's a little bit more yellow here than even my skin is here. So I wouldn't use your wrist either. So I would recommend going to a place like Sephora or Ulta where you can try 3 different shades on your cheek, or ask someone for assistance. So 3 that are in the range that you think, 1 a little darker, 1 a little lighter, stripe them, see which one as you blend it disappears, and that is your color. And as you get more used to it and you start to expand which formulations you want to try, then you can do that with any product really. Next one. How to find the right eyebrow pencil. Okay, so eyebrows. I love talking about eyebrows. I love full eyebrows because I plucked all of mine in high school so terribly. You know, it was like early 2000s, so everything was like that stick thin, angular pencil brow. I need to find a picture and show you guys what I looked like. But I've spent a long time growing these babies out, and thank God they grew back in. I know some people don't get to get that benefit of letting them grow and seeing the hairs come back in. Sometimes they are gone forever. So if that is you, then I would recommend using a pomade and a very, very thin angled pencil to draw on little strokes. But if you're just looking for a pencil to fill in and to kind of help your brows look a little more uniform, I would look for a pencil, first of all, that matches your shade of your hair. So if you are super, super fair, blonde hair, blonde eyebrows, blonde eyelashes, I would look for a taupe gray, very light brown color. You could even use a very taupe matte eyeshadow, because all you're gonna do is just, you know, dust it in with an eyebrow brush and just create that shadow and that shape behind the hairs. If you're a brunette like me and you have like medium to dark brown hair, you could also get away with a taupey gray, like ashy brown to color in where you're missing. And then if you have black hair and black brows, go for a really dark brown or a black. Now, if you're not sure what kind of pencil to use, and if that is more around the question that you're looking for it to be answered, you always want to test on the back of your hand. So if possible, if you're not doing a drugstore one, or if you want to go into Ulta and see if they can help you find one, the main thing you want to look for when you test it on your hand is that it's not too shiny. So a shiny eyebrow pencil is going to do two things. It might be too waxy, which means that it will look good the minute you apply it, but over time you might find that it kind of slides off throughout the day, and you might actually like find it over here or on your eyes. Or if you live in a hot climate, that's not something you want. You want a stiff, hard pencil for a few reasons. Number one, it's going to stay on. And number two, you're going to get those nice fine little strokes. So if you are really drawing in some hairs that are missing, like on the bottom, or say up here, like I know on my side over here, I'm missing a couple. So I like to draw in some little fine strokes. The harder the pencil, the more natural it's going to look. If you get a really, really soft, waxy pencil, it'll be easy to apply and you can kind of just like rub it all over, but it might just look a little too oily and not very natural. So I hope that helps. The next question is how to shape your brows. So you can do a couple things. You can get a pencil or a pen. Do I have a pencil? And do this trick, the pencil trick. I'm just looking, making sure that I don't, okay. So right where your nostril is, head straight, right there. You want it to be, you want the inside of your brow to be here. Now, if your inside of your brow is not here, then you can fake it with a little powder or a little pencil and just dust it in a bit. And then for the arch, what you're gonna do, it's like a 45-degree angle. So see how it's going from like my nose, and that's where you want the point of your arch to be. But your brow should start arching right about here. So if you look at your eye in the mirror, it's like right at the center of where your pupil is. That's where the hairs are gonna start to slightly pick up until you get to the point of the arch. And then you want it to come down and really complement this outside of your eye to make your eyes look super wide. So let me do it on the same side. And then this is gonna be about where you want it to, oh sorry, turn this way, where you want it to end. So mine is like just about there. Now that's if to get it as symmetrical as possible. Obviously not everybody can get their brows to look like that. So you wanna do your best with what you have to get them to look uniform. And brows are not gonna be absolute perfect twins. And if they are, it might look a little too fake. You know, part of the beauty of our faces is that they are different, like one eye's a little higher than the other, or one brow's a little droopier than the other, but altogether it makes our face look like us. So if you're looking to tweeze them on your own, which is how I do my own brows, what I do is I fill them in with a powder, or a pencil. And then whatever little hairs are just kind of hanging out on their own and look like they don't belong, like sometimes I'll get one like right here, or I'll get one over here, or, you know, too far down, you know, so I'll get some like down here or right over there. Those I pluck with a tweezer, or if you get some in the middle here, I use a Tweezerman tweezer, and I always pull them out in the direction they're growing. Okay, and the reason you want to do that is when they grow back in, they will grow in that same direction. So if you pull them out, like say you pull these ones here out in a downward motion, they're going to start growing down. So, you know, pull them out as they come in. And then if you're looking just to get a fuller brow, I would say let them grow. Let them, even if they look crazy, just get some brow gel, get your powder, pencil, whatever, fill them in, be patient with yourself. But I would say it took me about 6 to 8 months to get even just this bottom part to grow in without tweezing at all, except clean up in the middle and clean up of those crazy ones that were growing like out of the middle of nowhere. So, long answer. I hope that helps you shape your brows. Now, if you're really like feeling like you're afraid to tweeze, you can go get them waxed or threaded, but tell them you only want to take away the stragglers. You don't want to change the shape. You're just looking to clean up. And then once you have them grown back in, that's when you can say, okay, I know I need to take away a little bit here to make the arch more apparent, or I need to take away a little bit here because they're growing too far together, or, you know, and you'll see them come together more, hopefully. So if you want me to do a video on that, I did do 3 ways to do brows, and I will link that in the description box. But if you want to talk about actually tweezing, I could potentially get somebody to come and be my model and show you how to tweeze brows. So if you wanted me to do that, leave me a comment and let me know, and I can put that together for you. Okay, next one. Can everyone do a cat eye? In my mind, I should hope so. I would like everyone to walk around wearing a cat eye because it's so glam and beautiful and feminine. But there are a few ways, few reasons why a cat eye would not be great. And number one is if you're finding that as you age, the skin here is drooping a little bit and it's too hard to get a really clean line. Because what that's gonna do is work against you. All you're gonna see is like a muddy blob over here. And if you wanna create lift and brightness in the eye, I wouldn't necessarily go for a flick, but I would definitely go for lining the top lash line and making your lashes look super dark so that you do get that beautiful lift and feline shape. So I would say, you know, if you're finding that you're having a hard time with this skin here kind of drooping a bit, I would say maybe it's time to retire the cat eye for a little while. But another way you can do it is using a really soft blendable pencil. So I love the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On pencils. And they're just amazing because they stay on, but they're very creamy to begin with. So you can sort of create the shape of a feline flick without having it be a super harsh black line. Now, if you feel uncomfortable creating a cat eye because you just haven't tried it or you don't know what products to use, I can elaborate and do a whole nother video on that. But in the meantime, what you need to know is, I'm gonna grab my little trusty pencil again. What you want to do to create a cat eye is see this, the way that my under eye shape is the direction it's going. So everyone's their eye is shaped differently. And the best way for you to know which direction your cat eye should go in is to take your pencil that you're using to do the cat eye, follow the direction that under eye line is taking you, and then make a little dot. So I would like dot it right here, and then take the pencil back in and draw it toward the center of the eye. And that's gonna give you that perfect little flick. Another way you can do it is just lining your eye. You can even do it from the middle out. You don't have to take it all the way from the inside. And just gently drag it like that. Just a little drag. And it doesn't have to be a big black like felt tip marker. It could just be a nice soft dark brown pencil. And you can just pull it out and kind of smudge it a little bit with some shadow and have the cat eye look without it being not too graphic or not too evening, nighttime event. So another video I could do is just on cat eyes and maybe on a few different eye shapes. So if you like that idea, leave me a comment also. Here's another question. This is great. So women who have had babies sometimes get what is called a pregnancy mask. So it's just a pigmentation on the skin that's either usually like right around here or right here, or sometimes it's just like up on the forehead. And it's just a change in the pigmentation of your skin. So it can look like freckles, or it can look kind of gray and ashy, or it can look a little bit more brown, depending like more of like a suntan kind of look. And so this question was, what do you do to get rid of that mask, or how do you cover it up? So one thing you can do is find some great brightening products to use on that part of the skin. A natural remedy that I would definitely recommend trying is taking a circular cotton pad, wetting it with a little bit of warm water, and then putting some apple cider vinegar on the pad, and then just gently like using it as a toner in the spots where you're having the pregnancy mask. And the nice thing about that is it's apple cider vinegar, so it's food grade. It's safe if you're breastfeeding, if you're worried about using products like that on your face while you're nursing or pregnant or whatever. Try that, do it every day, do it when you wake up and at night, and see what happens. But apple cider vinegar has brightening properties, and it's gonna take away the darkness on your skin. Some people use it like that without pregnancy mask, and they have great results for eliminating acne scars or things like that. So definitely try that. The other thing I would try is like a brightening mud mask. I know Boscia, B-O-S-C-I-A, I'll link that below. They make some amazing brightening products. They're pretty affordable at Sephora. You can even try they have like trial size ones you can do. But anything that says it's brightening or resurfacing will help lighten any dark spots or any, scarring that you might be getting, or any just grayness that you might be getting. And the third thing about pregnancy mask is that it's hormone related, which is unfortunate. We all have like the hormone surge before and after and during pregnancy. So if it's something that's really sticking around and you're finding that it's not going away, even with using some topical treatments, I would go to your doctor and maybe get a screening for some hormone testing, see what's going on, see if your estrogen, your progesterone, and all that stuff is all good. Because usually that's the body's way of showing us that there's something not right. Anytime you get like acne or bloating or something on your skin, redness, eczema, that's your body's way of saying, hey, there's something really wrong. You need to figure out what this is. So, if you need to go to a deeper level, definitely check with your doctor and see what they can do to help you get your hormones balanced, and hopefully it will go away very soon. And, next question. What can you do if your foundation color is too light and you're not ready to buy another foundation, or you know that you're going to be getting sun and you want to just have something on hand to give you something that'll match your body? So what I recommend here is, obviously, if you can, get a foundation that matches your skin and do that little trick that I talked about here on the jaw. Or if you just aren't ready to make that investment and buy another foundation, what you can do is get a liquid bronzer. So Bare Minerals makes this serum bronzer, which I'll link below, which I love. It's a really thin consistency. You can just put a little dot on your palm, add another dot of your foundation, and it'll just give it that little bit more of glowy, kind of like bronzy shade without getting, orange or like tan. Because I know sometimes like self-tanner is like, okay, let me just add some self-tanner on my face and then I'll match, which you can do, but I'm always kind of afraid to do that. I'm not like very well versed in self-tanners or how they work, because I'm sort of afraid of using them. But I would definitely recommend, just a little dot of a serum bronzer or something similar to that. I think Charlotte Tilbury also makes one. And that way your skin won't look too ashy, because sometimes if you put a light foundation on over dark skin, it can look too gray and ashy and make your complexion look kind of sallow. But if you add something like that, a little serum bronzer in, or if you just want to apply your foundation, then use a powder bronzer and make sure you do, all the high points of your face and under in like a 3 shape. And that'll kind of just brighten your complexion and make everything look a little bit more even. So that's worth a shot too. And let's see if I have any other questions. Oh, okay, so this is the last question. How do I budget for beauty? Now, this is something my husband and I have had to be, this is definitely part of our budget conversation is, okay, I need to restock this item, or I'm running low on this item, so next month I'm gonna have to buy it again. I think number one is you have to be totally transparent with your partner about what you need, how much it costs, and get his input or you know, her input, and see what exactly your budget is, and then how much you can spend on personal care. So haircuts, clothing, you know, soap, all these things that you need. You know, we all need them every month. So for me, it's definitely a personal care item, just like I would, you know, allocate money for a haircut or allocate money if I needed, you know, to buy new underwear or something like that. Makeup is definitely part of that. My other recommendation for budgeting for makeup is that you want to buy things on a staggered basis. So let's say, you know, in March you buy your foundation, and in April you buy your mascara, and in May you buy your, you know, 2 new lip shades or whatever, your 2 new lip shades for the spring summer. That way, as you're running out of things, you know, you buy your cleanser, you buy all these things. If you buy them all at once, then obviously that is a huge chunk of money. And if you can do that, do that. But if you are on a budget and things are tight and you just need one thing at a time, I would say definitely, you know, pick out the thing that you want, see what it costs, and then see if there's places in your budget that you could subtract from. So I know for my husband, Steven, sometimes he'll say, okay, I'll skip a haircut this month, or we'll have breakfast for dinner every Friday instead of having a regular dinner, just to save up a little bit of extra if I know it's like, for example, a foundation or something that costs a little bit more than usual. So I would definitely just be open, be transparent, talk about it, and then that way you don't feel that guilt of like, ooh, I'm spending, you know, $100 at Sephora and I feel so selfish because I have to buy diapers and I have to buy food and I have to buy all these other things for my kids or health insurance or whatever. You know, you don't want to have that guilt because you shouldn't be. You know, it's something you need to take care of yourself and feel good about yourself. And if it's that one thing, like if you know you're going to save up for that foundation that you really want, that works really well with your skin, and it's $50 or whatever it costs, and you save up for it and you buy it, and every single day, even if you're wearing the same old jeans and same old sweater, you know that you feel great because you know your skin looks its best and you feel comfortable and you're happy with how your face looks, and it makes you smile more. Like, it all evens out in the end, and you should never feel guilty about buying personal care items. So just be as open as possible, as transparent as possible, and find a way that you can work those things into your budget. So those are all the questions for today. So that was really fun. I think, you know, there's so many more questions I could answer, and I could go on and on and on, as you know. I'm kind of chatty. I'm really chatty. If you ask me something, there's no stopping sometimes. I'm sorry. If you're one of my friends, you know that if you ask me something, I'm like on and on and on and on and on. And another thing. So I am very pleased you guys wrote me. Thank you for sending these in and taking the time to write me. I'm really enjoying sharing with you guys in this new medium. I'm still, like I said in my last video, kind of getting the hang of it. But if you're new to my channel, please go check out my videos. They are not perfect by any means, but you need to watch them and let me know what I can do or what other videos you want to see. Like, I am all ears. Just be nice. And as a last little thing, I just want to share this lipstick I'm wearing. I think it was $4. It's Wet n Wild. It's called Nudist Peach, and it's the Mega Last Liquid Cat Suit. Look at this. So good. So it's a peachy matte lipstick, like nothing on my finger. They had a bunch of other colors, but they were all sold out. So I was like, I better snag one of these and try it. So I might go get another color and see how I like a different shade. I don't usually go for such a peachy color, but I thought this was kind of fun for spring, and with like an orangey browny eye. Anyway. That's my new beauty find. If you want to check that out, I will find that online for you and link it so you can snag it if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying your day, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And if you are not, put some lipstick on, put on your favorite dance music, and have a little moment to yourself to reconnect and get back in the groove. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, it's at @nmcaruso. I share all of my thoughts and pictures and daily stuff on there. You'll find like a lot of Instagram stories of what's going on in my life on a day-to-day basis. So until then, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.